Let me tell you something. 6 months of laser-focused discipline can do more for your life than 6 years of half-hearted effort. Most people are sleepwalking through life, waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, or the perfect motivation. But here's the harsh truth. There is no perfect moment. There's just now. Right now. And the difference between staying stuck and stepping into greatness is the decision to get disciplined. Today. You see, people think success is about talent, connections, or luck. No, it's about consistency. It's about grit. It's about waking up when you don't feel like it, showing up when nobody is clapping, and grinding even when the results are invisible. Because the results are always growing, just not always showing. You're planting seeds today that your future self will harvest. And let me tell you something else. Most people quit before the harvest. They walk away from the gym after 2 weeks. They give up on the business when it's slow. They stop showing up because it doesn't feel good. But discipline doesn't care about your feelings. Discipline is doing it anyway. The millionaire mindset isn't about luxury cars or private jets. It's about taking control of your time, your habits, your energy, your emotions. It's about mastering yourself. It's about building a foundation so solid, no setback can shake you. And all it takes to start? 6 months of insane, unshakable, no excuses discipline. That's it. Not forever, just half a year. But for those 6 months, you go all in. You cut the noise. You silence the doubt. You lock in and move like your life depends on it, because it does. What would happen if, for just 180 days, you cut off distractions, locked in your focus, and gave your goals everything you've got? Most people will never know, because they never even try. They flirt with their goals. They date their dreams. But they never marry the process. They never commit. But you can. You can change everything in half a year. Your health, your finances, your mindset, your destiny. This isn't about hype. It's about reality. The truth is, you're already capable. The only question is, will you decide? Because discipline is a decision, not a feeling, not a mood, a commitment. And when you commit, really commit, everything starts to shift. So if you've been waiting for a sign, this is it. 6 months from now, you can be unrecognizable, but only if you start now. Number 1, discipline is a muscle, not a mood. Stop waiting to feel motivated. Motivation is emotional. It's fleeting. Some days it's there, most days it's not. And if you live by your feelings, you'll never be consistent. Discipline, though. Discipline is the bridge between your goals and your reality. You train it like a muscle, by using it, by doing the hard things over and over again until they become second nature. Repetition builds resilience. Resistance builds strength. And pain? That's just part of the process. The more you force yourself to do what must be done, especially when you don't feel like it, the more powerful you become. Millionaires don't operate on inspiration. They operate on standards. They don't wait for the mood to be right. They show up regardless. Because discipline doesn't need permission. It needs commitment. If you want to rise, start exercising your will like you train your body, daily, purposefully, and without excuses. Number 2, your habits create or destroy your future. Here's the harsh truth. You don't just wake up one day successful. You arrive there because of every tiny, often unnoticed habit you repeated over time. People think the future is decided by dreams, but no, it's built by discipline. Every time you choose distraction over development, every time you scroll instead of study, every time you put off action, you're designing a future you'll regret. But here's the flip side. If you stack good habits, waking up early, eating clean, reading, planning, executing, you build a life that compounds with power. Small wins daily. That's the millionaire formula. You don't need to change everything overnight. You need to lock in, be relentless. And understand that every choice is a vote for the life you're building. Build it wisely, because your future self will either thank you or blame you for the habits you commit to today. Number 3, sacrifice now or suffer later. Let's get brutally honest. Every path has a price. You either suffer the pain of discipline now or the pain of regret later. There is no avoiding discomfort, only choosing which kind you're willing to endure. Discipline will stretch you, yes, but it will also shape you. Regret, it only destroys. Millionaires know this. They say no to parties, no to comfort, no to distractions, not because they're boring, but because they value their future more than a fleeting moment. They understand that freedom doesn't come from doing what feels good today. It comes from making the hard choices that most people avoid. 6 months of radical self-control can separate you from the masses. It can put you in rooms others only dream of. But that only happens if you're willing to pay the price now. Delay the fun, cancel the noise, sacrifice with vision, because the short-term pain is nothing compared to the lifelong peace of living on your own terms. Number 4, cut off what's weighing you down. You want to rise? Then you've got to drop the dead weight. Some people in your life are not cheering for you. They're chaining you. Some habits aren't harmless. They're habits of destruction. You can't talk discipline and still cling to dysfunction. Cut the cord. Discipline is not just about doing more. It's about subtracting what slows you down. That means eliminating toxic people, late-night scrolling, mindless entertainment, and every single thing that doesn't align with your mission. Think of yourself like a rocket. Every launch requires detachment from what holds it back. You can't ascend while dragging anchors. Guard your energy like it's gold. Guard your time like it's treasure. Build a world around you that reflects the life you want, not the one you're trying to escape. Clean the space, tighten the circle, set the standard, because you're not just building wealth, you're building a legacy. Number 5, time is wealth. Spend it like a millionaire. Here's a truth most ignore. Time is more valuable than money. You can lose money and make it back. But once a minute is gone, it's gone forever. Millionaires don't just invest in stocks, they invest their time with intention. They know every second has a cost. Discipline sharpens your awareness of this. It teaches you to stop treating your time like it's free. You wouldn't throw $100 bills out the window, so why waste hours on distractions, gossip, or mindless scrolling? Plan your day like it's your business. Guard your morning like it's sacred. Make your schedule non-negotiable. When you treat time with the same respect as money, you move differently. You move with purpose. You move with power. If you want a millionaire's life, you start by mastering a millionaire's calendar. Because those who waste time chasing comfort will always stay poor in the currency of life. Number 6, your identity must match your vision. You can't build a rich life with a broke mindset. You'll never rise above the story you keep telling yourself. If your vision is to become great, then your identity must rise to meet that vision. Millionaires don't wait until the money shows up to believe they're successful. They carry themselves with excellence before the world validates them. Discipline is the bridge between who you are and who you're becoming. Every time you wake up early, every time you keep a promise to yourself, every time you choose growth over comfort, you chip away at the old version of you, and a new identity begins to emerge. The confidence, the presence, the mindset. Suddenly, success isn't something you're chasing, it's something you're living. If you want to transform your world, start by transforming the way you see yourself. Number 7, discipline is the doorway to freedom. Let me tell you something that flips the script. Discipline isn't a prison, it's the path to freedom. Most people think structure and routine will suffocate them, but the truth is, lack of discipline is what's keeping them in chains. Chains of debt, chains of regret, chains of mediocrity. Discipline gives you control. It puts you in the driver's seat of your life. You stop reacting and start creating. When you control your schedule, you own your day. When you control your thoughts, you own your peace. When you control your habits, you own your results. That's real freedom. And here's the best part. 6 months of unbreakable discipline can set you up for a lifetime of options. No more begging for opportunities. No more needing approval. No more waiting for a handout. You become your own engine, your own power source, your own guarantee. Discipline makes you unstoppable, not because life gets easier, but because you get stronger. Choose discipline. Choose freedom. So, 6 months. That's all it takes. Not forever, not some distant dream. Just 180 days of discipline that will demand your best and deliver you better. You don't need a miracle. You need commitment. You need to lock in like your life depends on it, because in many ways, it does. Your future is being shaped by the decisions you make today. So stop waiting. Stop wishing. Stop lying to yourself about someday. Someday isn't coming. Now is all you've got. Choose discipline over distraction, action over excuses, growth over comfort. Because the version of you that gets up early, that grinds when no one's watching, that stays hungry and humble, that version is already inside you, waiting, ready. And 6 months of showing up as that version will change your entire life, financially, mentally, spiritually. Show up for yourself like no one's coming to save you, because no one is. You are the answer, the solution, the key. Start today, and let 6 months of insane discipline make you unrecognizable.